Doug Martin for 5, Steven Jackson for 2, Sammy Watkins for 4. But hey, she gets the win, and like you know, all the counts in the end are the points on the board. Although I do find it a little peculiar that she goes with, well, I guess I can understand why she went with the guy she did. But Sammy Watkins and Terrence Williams, maybe Terrence Williams because she loves Dallas, but to leave Larry Fitzgerald on the bench, was he that bad? Larry Fitzgerald? Larry the Legend?
This weekend,
He had 21. He had a good game. Yeah, so, I mean, maybe he hasn't been scoring it, but maybe she now can look for a trade, so maybe somebody will look for Larry the Legend. I don't know. Who's next?
All right, the next is the last game of the week, and that was, I'm glad to say, Krusty Clown College got their first win this week. 160, put up nice numbers against Team Daha, who rolled up 104.
Yeah, I think before we've seen Josh have a game here or there where he got close or had a couple of good guys score, but this week he finally put the whole package together with Phillip Rivers, again, part of his trade, right, for 33, Ronnie Hillman for 16, Brandon Oliver, boy, nice pickup on that one for 24, Andre Johnson came to play with 20, the Gronk, 16, James Jones for 16, and the Broncos for 20, so, what? Oh, sorry, I'm echoing in your thing. Anyway, so good job. Joe, unfortunately, stubbed his toe again with Eric Ebron for only 4, Brian Quick for 2. Boy, he fell off. And the Rams for 2. It was interesting to play with the Rams because they have a pretty good defense, but to come up that short against San Francisco, that's an anomaly. But, you know, those are the breaks. Let's see if he can correct it this week against me, but that's a little later in the show. What's next, Mr. Heath?
Okay. We're going to do the standings. Is that okay?
Yep. Okay.
All right, so in the NFC, we still, at the top, have the worst team ever, tied with the Ralph Wiggum experience, both at 4-2. Then we've got Camp Krusty and the Wild Poopers, just one game out at 3-3. And then the Punishment Due at 2-4. And Josh gets one in the win column. He is now 1-5. It's still possible.
Oh, yeah.
In the AFC, we've got what started out as a rough division is now where all the powerhouses are. We've got a 3-way tie for first place. All these teams at 5-1. You have the Braille Bombers up top. You got Rockland Smashers, and then the Team Mouseketeers, all tied for first at 5-1. You got Don at 3-3, 2 games down, and then quite a ways back until you get to 4th and 5th. You got Team Daha at 1-5, and the Pink Ladies are still over at 0-6.
That's right. She's looking for her first win, and congratulations to me, of course, and my mom for still dominating the top of the divisions. Now, I know that doesn't mean jack at the end of the year.
They're both atop the mountain.
But right now, we're both still atop of the mountain. I'd be a little more atop if I would have won this week. But be that as it may, let's look at the point totals. I don't know if we're still doing this or not. We'll have to talk to Jason to get clarification on this because I know some of us were interested in it. I don't know if anybody still is, but we'll go from there.
Let me know. Sure, everybody won, right?
Sure. So for the points, I'm still ahead slightly with 918 with my mom catching me.
I don't want to do the bet this year.
Exactly, jerkwad. With my mom at 841 and Rockland Smashers at 831.
No, I definitely don't want to do the bet this year.
So yeah, everybody's still in that one too. It's not too late, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So you want to go to the transactions before we go to the previews?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. No, not at all. So the transactions, we saw a little bit of action this morning with a few competitive bids. A lot, I'll say some people overpaid, but it's a tough one because you don't know how people are. It's not like 1 and 2s anymore. There's a nice little gap because people are either really being conservative and going higher or really lowballing it. So there was a battle between myself and you, in fact, for Andre Holmes. You bid 7, I bid 17. So yeah, I lost 10 on that, but I really wanted to get him, and I was glad that I was able to get him. The other guy I tried to get, but was unsuccessful, was Benjamin Cunningham, who Clemens outbid me by $20. He went 21, I won $1.
I asked you yesterday, are you going it? No, there's too much talent. There's nobody on your team I want to get rid of. Next thing I know, you're bidding on half the troop.
Okay, now, in defense, I did say that things would be fluid, and I had to really look at my roster before I made that decision.
Really?
Moving on. Ralph Wiggum got the Browns for 3. I think he probably thought somebody was going to try to get them. There was a bidding war between the Brell Bombers and Ralph Wiggum for the Patriots. My mom won by going $20. Jason only bid 7, which is big. For Jason to bid $7 for a defense, that means he really wanted them. And then you got Rockland Smashers. This is the most vexing one of them all. How much would you ever bid for a kicker? Yeah, he bids $11. Now again, I know it's only 11, but I'm like, that's 10 too many if you ask me. Anyhow, that was really it. I picked up Theo Riddick. I'm grasping at straws for running back, so we'll see if he pans out. But
do you know where he came from?
Notre Dame, I heard.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, well, let's see if he gets a chance, because so many other Notre Damers never do in the NFL.
I still can't believe you. I figured $7 was enough for a Oakland wide receiver.
I know, well, me too, but you know what? Kendall Wright has me spooked with his number 1 performance. I'm like, I need some depth here. I got to get somebody else. I'm riding the hot hand.
All right, should we go to next week's matchups?
Shoot him down. Who do you want to go with first?
All right, you're going to look for me first.
Okay.
But interesting, I got my hands full this week.
Coach of the year.
A sibling rivalry.
Yep.
Camp Krusty against Teen Mouseketeers. I know who you're going to take. Just give us the details.
Yep, I'm going to take her, but it's not for just the reasons that I hate you. It also has to do with the fact that Baltimore is playing a little bit better, and Matt Ryan, outside of his little home dome, doesn't do too well, and he's playing there. So I don't expect him to get what they're looking for him there. Le'Veon Bell, I love him, but man, we're going through some growing pains there in Pittsburgh, and we play a very tough Houston team. So we'll see how that goes. I really don't know yet. Julian Edelman should have a good day against the Jets for you, and Jamal Charles should do well. But it is a rivalry there because San Diego and Kansas City are in the same division, so I don't think it's going to be a gimme either way. Peyton Manning plays San Francisco. I expect a good day from him, even though San Francisco is good. T.Y. is probably not going to get another 40, but he should have a good day against Cincinnati, who leaks like a sieve. And Lamar Miller should have a nice bounce back against Chicago. So I'm still giving it to her on a technicality, and she still has A.J. Green as questionable. If he comes back, that may